To be able to improve your workplace's safety culture, you must be able to define it. OSHA defines safety culture as shared beliefs, practices, and attitudes that exist in an establishment. Culture is the atmosphere created by those beliefs and attitudes which shape our behavior. So now that we've defined what safety culture is, at least by OSHA's definition, how can we measure it? How do beliefs, practices, and attitudes get measured? There certainly is not a mathematical formula for this equation. Culture is not something you can objectively measure. So how are you to know what is successful and what is not? To answer this question, you must look at your organization as a whole. Successful safety cultures are not separate entities from the company. Instead, they permeate within every aspect of the company's operations. When something is valued, it's worth the time and energy it takes you to excel at it. This is exemplified when every employee within the organization exhibits a working knowledge of health and safety. In other words, they know their stuff and they apply it to their day-to-day activities. Healthy safety cultures are leaps beyond just keeping employees safe at work. They positively affect everything from improved manufacturing processes and increased employee retention to a happier workforce and a more profitable bottom line. As surprising as it may sound, all organizations have a safety culture in some form or another. The real question is, does the culture actually value safety, or does it just talk the talk? Poor safety cultures may provide a great lip service when discussing employee safety, but when it's time to take action to support those statements, companies typically prioritize cutting cost, increasing production, or anything else other than safety. When faced with a pedestrian or downright dreadful safety culture, we implore you to not give up. Instead, reach out to your industry colleagues, research commonly accepted practices, and work towards building your culture from the ground up. Let us dive further and discuss 5 tips that you can use to improve your safety culture. Number 1. Establish executive-level buy-in. Safety starts at the top. Without leadership commitment, a safety culture and program will struggle to take off. Typically, the things your organization's leaders value are what gets done. Top-tier safety cultures have management that prove their commitment to safety through their actions, whether that be fostering culture, communicating the importance of safety to employees, or rewarding those who work safely. Establishing C-suite support for your safety program is critical. The effectiveness of your program will drastically improve with support from the top. Once that C-suite support is effectively communicated to all levels of the organization, you will have acquired the attention and resources you need to develop a first-class program. With the attention and resources focused on safety, you will need to ensure your management team sets the tone for safety in your organization and emphasizes its importance just as much as other company goals, such as sales and production. Upper management should not only talk about safety, but they should also equip their employees with the right tools and allow adequate time to conduct operations safely. Number 2. Foster active safety committees. Training, discussions, and meetings related to safety should not become just another check mark on a to-do list. Safety committees should be comprised of a diverse group of employees at your facility. Members from each job function should be accurately represented in your committee, from upper management to the part-time hourly employee. In a perfect world, every member of the committee would be passionate about safety, but in reality, that is easier said than done. It is important for the committee to have at least 1 or 2 cheerleaders who can keep the momentum and excitement going. When building the committee, make sure to follow the standard procedures for committees and meetings. Create a mission, bylaws, procedures, and goals. Meetings should be held at the same time each month and follow the same basic agenda. The structure created will help your committee focus on safety and not get lost in the details of running a committee. Meetings should be as interactive and interesting as possible. We suggest bringing in outside speakers, highlighting opportunities for conversation, and introducing hands-on activities where applicable. Meetings are nothing without follow-through and action. Each meeting should end with actionable items to complete, and someone assigned to fulfill those action items. Every member of the committee, not just the chair, should be committed to keeping everyone accountable and on track. Number 3. Invest in your culture. We have all heard of safety slogans, such as the infamous "safety is no accident," and they can be great tools for creating a winning safety culture. But slogans alone will not be enough. Culture requires resources. If funding for safety projects turn into constant budget battles, and investment into safety always seems to be an uphill battle, you may have a safety culture issue. Safety should be a pillar of a company's values rather than an afterthought. Companies that perform well in safety also perform well in business. Those that know the true value of safety look at safety as an investment, not an expenditure or a hit to the bottom line. New business owners should invest the same time, energy, and money into safety as they do in finding the right location, hiring the best workers, and gathering the necessary assets. Already established companies should reevaluate its current safety and take the required steps, no matter how expensive or arduous, to make sure safety is a top priority if it is not already. Number 4, communicate and empower. We've all heard the adage, communication is key, and that's for good reason. Communication keeps safety at the forefront, and it reinforces management's commitment to the safety culture as a strategic business objective and core value rather than a to-do list item. From the bottom to the top, safety is ultimately everyone's responsibility. As such, employees must be empowered with the proper resources and tools necessary to be effective at finding safety issues and the authority to make decisions and fix them. Create a safety climate survey and have employees complete them. Do your employees feel comfortable reporting safety issues to supervisors? Do they feel like they will be ignored, or even worse, punished for coming forward? The results of the survey will provide a huge indication of the culture you are molding. Employees should feel encouraged and met with praise when they report safety issues. Number 5, continually improve. Once you're able to implement the previous tips, there will be a time in which your recordables will be driven close to zero. While this is ultimately your goal, it is important to not become complacent when it happens. Stay proactive and lean on your safety team and all employees to begin reporting near misses or close calls. With your team looking forward, they will continue to be diligent in their search for potential incidents and hazards. Implementing a monthly goal or creating a safety incentive program geared towards proactive safety reporting will encourage employees to stay focused and report more potential near-miss risk factors. To avoid complacency, it is important to continue to learn, grow, and improve. Frequent training sessions and continued education classes are great ways for employees to keep growing and learning. We hope that this list will help you improve and grow your safety cultures. Let us know what steps you have taken to build a thriving safety culture in your workplace in the comments. Also, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss out on future videos to help you improve your safety culture.